Hello guys, so this is another video that I'm going to be focusing on about. This one is going to be put to the category of the question of the day. So rather not the question of the day but questions to think about. Alright, so what is the reward of being good? As in, what is the reward of being a just, a morally correct, morally true, uh, just a regular human being? What's the reward for it? Like, seriously think about it. Okay, whatever it is, whatever it is, there's only one thing that is true. There's only one outcome that is going to be true, regardless of how many faiths there are in this world and how many faiths that have disappeared and how many faiths that are yet to be born in the future. All right, no matter what it is, the moment you die, exactly at the moment you die, okay, you realize that there's only one option, right? Only one option available. Either nothing is true or one variation of everything is true. So it's one over how many amount of outcomes there are. Okay, so that means regardless of the number of people who believe in any number of those outcomes, so there's one team for the first outcome, there's another team for the second outcome, so likewise there are so many teams, right? Regardless of the number of people within that team, okay, because if what is going to be true is determined by the number of people that is going to be voting for it, then it could be anything. It could just be marketing and branding and stuff like that, and that could easily be misinterpreted, misled, and you know how marketing works. Okay, so so therefore it cannot be judged by the number of people within the company, within the category, but rather by the actual moral grounds and the facts. All right, but regardless, put all those aside. Okay, let's for any instance think about this. Only one option out of all of that can happen. So the remaining 99% of options and the remaining 99% of the people who are vouching for those options, okay, depending on the rules and regulations of the winning option, will either go to hell, no questions asked, or will not be will be in some sort of a limbo, I guess, because it depends on the one that wins the option. Okay, now, albeit if what I subscribe to is the actual true ending, then of course everybody gets the same treatment, regardless of who they are, regardless of what they have done. You you just end, like there's nothing beyond that. Okay, that's it. But then you keep on adding whatever you believe, and then according to what you believe, if your belief is true, then that means anyone who is good, who is morally just, who doesn't do anything evil, who hasn't hurt a person, who hasn't hurt an insect even, okay, who lives and breathes their particular faith and therefore lives by those rules and regulations and is a good moral citizen, moral human being, alright, uh, their whole life, no matter how dedicated they are, no matter how good they are, their whole life, just for the fact that they don't subscribe to the correct version of God, correct face of God, just because of that particular reason, they have to either go to hell, depending on the faith again, go to hell or suffer in limbo. Now, what incentive does anyone have to do good, to be good, regardless of what they believe, if it all boils down to what you believe and whether you're correct or wrong? Like, there's no way for us to actually weigh the consequences and the truth and whatever it is that we understand. Okay, there's no human being who understands all the topics related to this particular topic 100%. Everybody is going to miss something somewhere here and there. So it is unfair, and it is uh, an unattainable level of expectation to expect that from us. Even though, just imagine, there can be a guy, let's just take two examples. There can be a guy who from the point that he or she starts to understand good and evil, from that point till their last breath, okay, they have not hurt anyone. Okay, not hurt anyone. And let's, for example, imagine that this person is a what you call them, is this yogi dude who goes to the forest, who only eats from eat only takes fruits and vegetables as food, doesn't eat meat, doesn't kill anyone. Okay, he is there on his own, he is meditating, and he's trying to experience, or he's trying to understand something far greater than what he could understand if he was to just be a normal person. Okay, that's one. And then there's the other person who is a devout Muslim or a devout Catholic or a devout Hindu, whoever it is, whatever religion you are, who is listening to this video, you place yourself there. Okay, and at the end of the day, when both of you die, alright, you both get the chance to go to the pearly gates, or whatever version of the gates of heaven, or as the entrance point to your version of heaven is, and you get to go in. Okay, you know what you have done in your life. Maybe you're a really good person, maybe you're not that good. You have to be self auditing yourself right now, and you have to be true to yourself. Your heart knows what you have done. So given those circumstances, you get to go into heaven and enjoy all that. But a person who has done more sacrifices than you, even if the faith is wrong, even if the belief is wrong, even if what he understands as truth, he or she understands as truth, is wrong, is corrupted, maybe in your eyes, is stupid, still you cannot say that that man did not live justly. You cannot say that that person didn't live a morally just life, a morally good life. And you cannot weigh in your sacrifices with that person's sacrifices, because he has dedicated his whole life until the moment he died just to be good, just to be a good person, just to help others, just to be the best version of himself that he can possibly be. And to imagine that all his efforts will just wash away just because he did not believe in the correct version of truth, while you who half-assed it gets to go up, is unfair, is somewhat stupid, and is a bothering problem. Because they are what the example you set is, whoever you are, it doesn't matter what you do, what matters is that you believe in the correct faith. So you are placing a higher reward percentile on being correct rather than being good. That I do not believe is a good way of communicating how to be good, of communicating how to be responsible, of communicating how to be empathetic, how to be sympathetic. I do not believe that 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 sort of incentive will bring about that sort of a change within a person. So either you be fair and you just say to everyone that, see, either whatever faith you have, if you live good, if you do good, if you live by it, and if you honestly do not do anything that is bad, then of course, regardless of what you believe, you may also reap the benefits of what you have done. Or you accept that this is the fate of everyone, and you understand that that is not the right way, that is not the correct way, that is not the true way. For me it is not. So there should be an incentive for good, there should be an incentive for being good. Okay. And I think there are not being a valid enough incentive for doing good will only result in more bad rather than more good, because we are all reward driven, our brains are reward driven, and everything we do to survive. So given that predicament, given that nature of a human, nature of every animal is to survive, the first priority is to survive. Given that, if the incentive to do good is less, then the survival instinct will trump it, and then good will go further below, and it will just be survive at any means necessary, and that is bad. Okay. So it should either be you do good and you survive, so the percentiles of incentive for both options are the same. So you do good, you get to survive, and you try to survive, then you have to do good, so both actions get 50 points each. Therefore it's a match. Okay, it's the same, either you can do either or. But if survive is higher and doing good is less, then surviving takes a front seat and doing good gets the second seat. And if doing good has more incentive rather than just surviving, then of course everybody will try to do good in order to survive. So doing good comes first, then surviving comes second. Okay. So for me, if I were to decide something, it has to be that, because that's the only way to irrigate a just, morally good society that understands and loves to do good rather than being ordered to do good. Just think about it. This is just my 2 cents about it. See you on the next video. Bye.